Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 9, Week 2, Day 6. So today, of course, we still have ourselves the Invasion weekend. We have that today and tomorrow as well as yesterday, of course. And that's still going on. Pretty good weapon to get from it, so definitely make sure to do so if you haven't already. Underneath the tab over here, it's 210 gems, or you can get in a Soul Forge. Ends up exploding a bunch of green gems and grants a random status effect to all elf allies, and then summons an elf troop. Most noteworthy thing on it is it has the cleanse, also has a little bit extra mana to everyone. But mostly the cleanse, probably going to be the main thing that it gets used for compared to some of the other things. As far as elf synergies, most run with life and death, for the most part, not all of them. But there are some situations where you would end up bringing this. Basically every single situation that isn't life and death, probably. Mostly because Weaver is so common, the life and death Weaver common with pure elf, that there aren't too many other pure elf teams, so they could still be used. It's not that bad of a typing. Anyways, if nothing else, it has a guaranteed chance of summoning something that has immune to mana drain. So if mana drain ever becomes super relevant again, not only can your hero class be immune to mana drain, but your hero class can be immune to mana drain while summoning things that are also immune to mana drain. Mana drain would have to be really meta for that to be the reason you use it, but it could be, depending on the team situation. Anyways, so we're mostly going to be finishing up invasions and then probably grinding mimics until we hopefully find one. If so, that will be exactly 50. Who knows, maybe we'll finally get our 5th mimic by then. Or, you know, the 5th 5 times. But anyways, we're currently still running with the same team that we've been mentioning, which is the double of the invasion troop, followed by the new weapon, and then the King Avalon, just to give everything half mana start. And by everything, I mostly mean seafood, because it itself doesn't necessarily need it. And the weapon already has it due to the hero class that we're using with it. And that's pretty much the game plan. Anyways, hello everyone, hello Bill, hello Gadget. Hey, Bill's first this time. Bill is first, and he doesn't even say first when he's first, which is kind of funny. Let's see. Hello, Gadget. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. I just find that funny because normally he says first, regardless of what position he's in. Then when he's actually first, it's like, nope, not going to say first. I'll take that over. Don't have another poke there. We could cast this, but so little damage. We did finally gold medal him, though. I feel like we used him enough that I finally get around to it. There it is. Good job, Bill. Hello, Daniel. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's been having a wonderful weekend so far. I can't believe it's already the weekend. This week went by so quick. Like, this week literally felt like a 3-day week. Even though 6 of the days have already gone by. I feel like I got very little done this week. I got a haircut, though. Haircut, did some shopping. Or normal YouTube stuff, a few other things. A few other things I didn't do, like a certain video. But I felt like I got really little done this week. Let's see. What do we need here? Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting, like, oh, we need to burn him before we can kill it. No, we just hit it with a skull and it dies. It's pretty much an invasion event in a nutshell. Everything just dies to skull. Until you hit the thing that has a billion reduction, and then you don't hit something with a skull. And even when you get to the higher range, you still just two-shot them with skulls. And of course, we still have this Easter Tower going on. Today's probably the last day we'll be seeing it, because I'm pretty sure by the time we stream tomorrow night, we won't need to do any more battles. We'll take that over. Might as well get the skull poke there. And we are getting the Easter pet next Wednesday, as well. So that's right around the corner. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Oh. We may have to do the sword and shield thing that I was talking about for the Pokemon stream. I was mentioning it next Saturday and Sunday. I forgot. Next Sunday is Easter. Next Sunday is Easter, isn't it? I actually completely forgot about that. Gosh, time is flying by. Yeah, not a week from today, but a week from tomorrow is Easter. Let's see. I'll take that over. Try for Skull for Sky there. You're already stocked up on Easter chocolate? I haven't even tried lucking yet. Though I'm pretty sure it was already there the last time I went shopping. I just didn't bother looking. My goal was pretty much just to get what I needed and then got out. Oh, it would help if I open the cap thing on it. Also, one thing that I have been doing here and there is trying different waters. I kind of started that in New Jersey because my dad had like a different water than normal, and gosh, was it good. Like, I never really noticed how the difference in quality of water until I actually started drinking like good water. Like, there's a subtle difference, but gosh, is there a difference? Let's see, what do we need here? It's kind of expensive though, so I generally don't get it often. Like, my dad has the money to be able to do so pretty easily, but I definitely don't. It's kind of nice though, because I don't feel like I need to go for something sugary if I go for a better water. I just normally don't have the house stocked with much. Let's see. Maybe we should do one of the Ring Fit Adventures with one of them. Highly doubt that would change performance much though. When you're that thirsty, you don't care what your water tastes like at that point. If you're exercising. Let's see. What do we need here? Let's go throw a poke on there. Oh yeah, jelly. You know what? I haven't had jelly beans in such a long time. And one of the reasons why is, this wasn't Easter related, but they happen to have jelly beans there. While I was at the Walgreens, remember when we had like the whole nerds tangent that one week? When I got the EpiPen and everything? One thing that they had there were jelly beans, like around one of those little shopping things. It wasn't Easter ones, it was just, you know, standard jelly beans. It was still too far out for them to be doing Easter stuff, though I wouldn't be surprised that some aisles already did. But, you know, just standard jelly beans. And I was reading the label on them, and it's like, oh, may contain nuts, or made in a factory that blah 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 nuts. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't eat these. And that's the issue with so many things that are candy related, which is very annoying. But you wouldn't think that, like, oh, jelly beans, they're probably perfectly fine. And then you read, like, every single label on every single one, it's like, oh, they're all poison. Or at least to me, anyways. Which was kind of annoying. Because I was actually considering picking one up, because it's like, oh, I didn't have some for a while. I'm kind of hungry for those, or to try them again. And it's like, nope. Every single one in their entire place I cannot have. But I didn't have too much of a selection. I think there's only like 3 different brands, and I couldn't have a single one of them. Oh, why'd I do that? I think we already had enough to win off a Black Manacle. Oh, no, we wouldn't have. Never mind, that was fine. Oh, hello, Cookie. Hello, Marbarashi. Hello, Lester. Welcome, 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 everyone. Hello, Crisp. Oh, do we have a spot in the guild? Yeah, if anyone wants to join the guild, if you could do 2 million plus gold per week, let me know. And all the other guild requirements. Well, most of the other guild requirements is basically just partake in guild events. The rest of the guild requirements are pretty lax. I'd say the 2 million gold's the only hard one. Oh, we don't have a spot left? Never mind. Wait, what? Oh, was it just someone asking? Never mind, we don't have a spot. Scratch that. I misread the thing. I guess I didn't read back far enough. Oh wait, when did we hit top 20? Gosh, Heart Trophy has what's his name been grinding like crazy again? I think it was El Loco. Is he still going crazy with it? He's doing good this week. But he's actually not the highest this time around, oddly enough. He was getting some really insane trophies some of the weeks. He's still doing insanely good. Actually, where are we these days? We're kind of like right in the middle of the guild. Who's slacking the most, so? Crippling Depression is in last place. That seems about right. From a thematic standpoint. Oh yeah, I didn't do dailies yet. I should probably go grab those real quick before we get stuck in everything else. Mostly mimic grinding for like an hour straight. Because that's likely what's gonna happen. Honestly, speaking of depressing things, I don't even think I want to bring up the timer this time. Like, sometimes it helps. But when that number goes over 1,000, it becomes or not 1,000, but I mean 1 hour, I mean. It becomes increasingly disappointing. To a point I almost don't even want to look at the number. Like, after it goes over an hour, hour and a half, the number is just so intimidating for how long it's been since we've gotten a Mimic. Like, when it's under an hour, it's not that bad. But when it starts hitting multiple hours, then it's bad. Very bad. You just got 2 Horde Mimics? Nice. Someone on in the guild noticed on April 1st, no joke, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I know we had it for a little bit of time. I just kind of forgot. Because our trajectory was kind of that way. Actually, we're almost... If we keep doing the same rate we've been doing, I think we even take, like, top 15 or something. Or somewhere around there. Not anytime soon. But I'm pretty sure our accumulation rate's actually higher than a couple of these guilds up here. All those NA ones are really active, though. Or I shouldn't say all of them, but a good number of them. Almost epic holding down the line on the top 25. Oh, Ashes? Ward's actually all the way down there? Gosh, they used to be kind of active. Same as Tiger Claw. Some of these are pretty surprising. Like, a lot of these were more active than our guild at one point. Like, Intrum's probably the most surprising out of all of them. Like, what on earth happened to Intrum? Like, honestly, it almost seems like what happened to our guild and Matchmasters. Or more so what happened with the Matchmasters, I would say. Like, they're not even visible anymore. I'm kind of surprised Matchmasters. I assume they're still a guild that's structured. But Matchmasters was, like, the original OG, like, first place guild in the game. And then it kind of went a little bit less active. To the point that they're not even in top 30 right now. Intrum still is, and probably will be for quite some time. But I'm still surprised, because they were like a anonymous level guild at one point. And Anonymous has held a little bit better. Because they were like beating out Anonymous at one point. I think one issue is Anonymous kind of stuck as one guild, kind of like how ours is. I'm not sure if they really have that many sister guilds. But I know Intrum divided into like 1 billion different guilds. And that could have caused a problem. Because I know when I tried like forming the guild into 2, that caused issues. And Intrum tried to form into, like, 4. I think at one point they had, like, 4 or 5 different guilds. Which I assume at some point caused issues. Anyways, so where were we? Let's go on to billion mimics. As it seems like we have been for, like, the last month. Actually, how many days has it been since the most recent patch? I should go check. Because it definitely feels like it's been almost a month. Actually, what's the easiest way to check? We could just check our own YouTube channel. Actually, there's another way to check this also would work out. Let me check the Gems of War forum, because if you just check the patch thing, we should be able to see, well, not the forum, but the patch notes. Because the patch notes should be marked with the exact date of the previous patch. So if we check 6.2, it was March 9th. Yeah, oh, no wonder why it feels like a month. It has been exactly a month. No wonder why it feels like that. Because it is. Exactly 1 month today has been, I should go make that the title now. 1 month of mimic farming. Complete. Still no mimic. Actually, that will be our poll. Will you be hunting mimics for another month? Let's see. It has been 1 month since mimics were released. Do you plan to keep farming them more, the same amount, or less? It's too long. Do you plan to keep farming them? Let's see. Farm same amount. Farm less. Or farm more. There we go. Let's see what that comes out to. It has been 1 month since mimics were released. Do you plan to keep farming them? Farm the same amount, farm less, farm more. There we go. I should have had an option for not farm at all. Kind of forgot, but there we go. I kind of forget to put like the neutral, not participating method. Though I guess that would technically be under the category of farm less. If you're not farming at all. But then again, if you're already farming none, and then you also farm none, is that technically any less? I probably plan to farm about the same amount. I don't think I'd farm less. Once I get the Horde Mimic, I feel like I would slightly farm less. But until the Horde Mimic, I'm pretty sure I would farm the same amount. Unless they're going to have a lot of Vault events, in which case we might farm more. But I'm pretty sure there's only one Vault event in the next month. It's not till later this month, I'm pretty sure. Oh, so hello, Clipbomb! Hello, Jay! Welcome, welcome. Working and lurking. I love how that rhymes. Do it like a journey entry for title of a person lost on an island waiting for rescue. Help, I've been stuck doing mimics for a month and I still can't find the treasure. I went to this abandoned island for a mimic. And they're all fake chests. I guess that's what a mimic means. I don't know, this game is honestly the true mimic experience. You're trying to look for a chest that is useful, but they're all just normal mimics. It's pretty much a mimic in a nutshell. Oh, sorry, I didn't see Jay's question. Why is so good about Ironhawk? So the main thing that's good about Ironhawk is you can combine two of them together to automatically do damage off of Empower abilities. So the thing that Ironhawk does is it does 5 damage to all enemies when you cast anything. This stacks with itself, so having 2 on a team means 10 damage every single time you cast anything. Obviously 10 damage is not a lot of damage. However, if you set the difficulty very, very low, like Explore 1 difficulty and go to an easier kingdom like Sinner Mirage, for example, if you cast 2 Empower casts, you're already doing 20 damage. If one of them is something like Dust Devil, where it already does some damage, you're doing 25 damage. So you can end up doing a very high amount of damage relative to difficulty 1, enough to insta-kill them when you're doing a Ironhawk team, and that's the main reason why it's viable. Pretty much no other reason. Like, if that strategy wasn't possible, it'd probably be like a B-tier mythic, because its actual ability itself is kind of average. But in the context... Hey, we already found a Mimic! That's nice. But in the context of... speaking of them... But in the context of Explore 1 farming, it is the quickest way to win in the entire game. That's about 50% quicker than the next best method, which is really good. Hey, we're doing time for a 5x chest. Come on, where is it? Where's my 5x? If we had exactly average luck, we would have a 5x here. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But it can. Assuming it's exactly 10. Oh, no, never mind. What am I saying? Yeah, no, I was right. Yeah, if we had average luck, this should be a 5x. Doesn't mean it will. I sure hope it is. Actually, if it is super average luck, supposedly Horde Mimic is 20% chance. Which means if we had perfectly average luck, this not only will be a 5x, but also the Horde Mimic. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Because that's not how it works. But it could. And I sure hope it does. Does it? Let's see. 5x go. That is not a 5x fail. Well, we made it to 50 if nothing else. 50 has been achieved. That is officially our 50th Mimic. There we go. Now to go find 50 more, and hopefully we'll have the Horde Mimic by then. So we found 50 in a month. Let's see how much we find in the next month. I feel like it'll be less. Even though I said I'll probably farm the same amount, I'm not optimistic to that number being higher. Who knows, maybe it will be though. We'll see. Plus, during that time we had a week-long Vault event. I highly doubt that is happening in the next month. Actually, when even is the next Vault event? I don't even know off the top of my head. I assume it is sometimes in April. I'm looking for Terrence World, I guess would be the easiest way to check that. I assume there's one, like, the 3rd week of March. I mean, April, I mean. Where is... Why am I so blind? There it is. I can't say. Let's see, where's Vault? Next Vault is, yep, that's what I thought. All the way at the end of this month. April 29th is the next Vault event. Hey, my mom's birthday is the day after that. Oh, perfect. It's on a Monday, too. I didn't even realize it's on a Monday. Oh, so hello, Michael. Hello, Watcher. Welcome, welcome. Horde Mimic finding is like those scratch-offs you love. Have to play or scratch to win. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of scratch-offs. They always make too much of a mess. That's the main thing I hate about scratch-offs. I've gotten gifted them here and there. Like, when you actually win, they're kind of cool. Though I'd rather just have the price that people paid for them as the actual cash. Like, I'd rather people just send me money than a scratch-off. No need to go through a middleman. I'll just take the direct cash. Like, if you're gonna give, like, a semi-cash equivalent, I'd rather just have the actual cash. Oh, let's see. The other reason I might feel like that is I generally don't go to anywhere where you would normally cash them in. Because I walk pretty much everywhere. So it's a lot more inconvenient to cash them in, probably compared to the average person. Because I, like, actively have to go out of my way to normally cash them in. Let's see what throw that in. Get our poke there. Is there traits that inflict stats effects on 4 or 5 times matches for every stats effect? Yes. His name is Magnus. The tarot cards can also end up doing it, though the tarot cards are mostly bad. And I don't mean that as in the bad tarot effect, though that is literally the name of their effect. But I mean in the sense that most tarot cards are not worth using. But yeah, Magnus is the closest equivalent to that. It doesn't do it to every enemy, though, but to one. But, and he doesn't do it all at once. He just does one random one every single time you take an extra turn. Essence of Evil, if you're looking for everything at once, is probably the most viable method. If you want to put every negative stats effect on a single troop, use the weapon Essence of Evil, which you get from the same kingdom. It's from 250 wins with the Plague Lord class, which you get from Darkstone. They're both, oddly enough, from the same kingdom. Though the Legend's a little bit harder to get than the weapon. So the weapon's probably the most accessible thing. Oh, is there something that does it? Well, there are some that do it better. Like, there are some troops like Infernus that apply 4 times burn for 1 single extra turn, which prior to Zugoth was the best way to apply burn. And it still is based on an extra turn perspective. But yeah, there are a few of them that do 4 times negative stats effect. Mostly burn, stun, and curse, if I'm not mistaken. Is there another one? Am I forgetting of one? But burn, stun, and curse, I believe, all have a 4 times apply effect to all enemies kind of thing. With those specifically being off of Obsidious, Carandera / Enrage Carandera. Actually, one of them's... wait, isn't only one of them the one that does it? The other one does it based on turn or something. I think it was normal Carandera. So it was normal Carandera, Obsidious, and Infernus, respectively. Infernus is burn, Enrage Carandera... or sorry, normal Carandera does Curse on extra turn at a % chance. And Obsidious stuns everything. There's also a couple of positive stats effects for the inverse, like 4 times submerge and stuff like that. Is there a 4-time bleed? I don't think there is currently a 4 times bleed. Is there? Something that bleeds all... and oh yeah, there is! Duh. Mother of Darkness. Yeah, you're right. Mother of Darkness does that. I almost forgot. Yeah, Mother of Darkness was unviable for so long, I kind of keep forgetting she exists, even though I use her in Rogue Spider team. Because for the longest time, that was like the only good thing about her. And then Rogue Spider came into the game, or Night Spider, I should say, and then she became like one of the most viable true damage options in the entire game. Because she basically had an almost near infinite loop mana accumulator to synergize with. Combined with her ability that already can loop with it. Not perfectly, but to a decent degree. The only problem with a lot of those is their higher rarity. Like, Essence of Evil is the most accessible way to place a lot of negative stats effects. But a lot of the things that place like 4 times of something, they're almost all mythic. And by almost all, I mean literally all. Not a single one's not mythic. Actually, one of them's a Doom Troop. That's as hard to get as Zugoff. But never mind, that's in Rage Character. Normal Character is not Doom, I mean. And he's way easier to obtain. Also, between the two, you should always go for Zugoff first, of course. Hopefully they'll add more things to actually use Power Orbs for. I'm actually kind of surprised. It's been about a year, almost a year and a half now, since they gave Major Orbs a 1% chance to give a power. And to this day, during that entire duration, they still have not added a single thing that uses Power Orbs. Or, you know, they already had 2. But they haven't added any additional ones. Which I still find kind of baffling, because we kind of just assumed, by the fact that they released, you know, more ways to get Power Orbs, that, okay, they'll probably add more ways to use Power Orbs. But for whatever reason, it's been a year and a half, and they still haven't added any way to use Power Orbs. Which is kind of strange. Because no one's going to use a Power Orb for its actual purpose, which is upgrade a troop. It is insanely, insanely bad value to do so. Their only real purpose is to craft Doom Rarity troops, of which there are only 2, Zugoff and Enraged Carandera, of which only one of them is even remotely useful, which is of course Zugoff, that we're using right now. I could probably taken that in a way where I didn't get skull poked there. Oh well. Oh, I should have went for Leprechaun there. So many extra turns. If anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. I'm still curious to see what next Gems of War patch is going to be. They're currently beta testing it. Honestly, I should start signing up for some of the beta tests again. I haven't for so long. I feel like for every game that does beta testing lately, I haven't really been bothering to do it. Like, I haven't been messing around with Darkest Dungeon 2's beta tests. I think Auto Pets, which we'll be playing again whenever it gets an update, is testing its next update. Fall Guys normally does. Like, every single one of those I haven't been. Obviously, Gems of War I haven't been. I used to do quite a bit, and then I just stopped for a while. I feel like the biggest issue with beta testing a lot of the time is I feel like so few of the concerns that are raised are ever addressed. And that's not just a Gems of War issue, that's like a literally any game issue. Where you could say like 20 things that are definitively wrong with the current patch or update or whatever it is, and like one of them will get fixed. One of like the 20 things you mentioned will get addressed. Yeah, it has been a very long time since a balance patch. 2019 December was the last time we got a balance patch. Do I think they will ever do one again? Yes. Do I think it'll do enough when they do? No. Like, they're gonna do one, but relative to the amount of time that has gone by, compared to how much they're gonna change, it's not gonna feel like much of one. They're definitely gonna do one again. Likely sometime this year. But when they do, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna rebalance enough to make it seem that effective. Guild Wars definitely needs it. Like, they really need to reconsider, like, how to balance Guild Wars. I would love to see a rotating rule set. So many other things in the game already have it, and gosh, does Guild War need it. It would also allow for a lot more team diversity. It would also allow me to cover teams for every single one if you actually had, like, a build concept. Because one reason we really don't is it just never moves. Like, Guild War's just always the same. And the meta right now is just basically double empower everything. Double empower books for the defense. And offense is basically whatever counters the current double empower for the day. Hello, Barbara. Can you, but can Pneumapaloozas be used any other battles besides Explore, like PvP or Arena? They can, it's just not worth doing so. Like in the context of Arena, I believe it does work, but your team's going to be way slower at killing because you're drafting an Arena build, so not only do you have to waste time drafting an Arena build each time, but you're also winning slower because obviously your team composition from an Arena draft is going to be worse than just, you know, whatever you might normally craft. But yes, you can do them for Arena, just you're going to be winning at like 1/3 the pace, if not 1/4 the pace, because you're going to be not only wasting time drafting, but also, you know, having a bad draft team. Well, you know, like literally every draft team in Arena is bad compared to what you can craft otherwise. So it's going to be really slow. But yes, you can do it in PvP, you can do it in Arena. It's not advised to do it in those locations. The one benefit that you do get from doing it in either of those two locations is pet gnomes. Pet gnomes only appear in Arena and PvP. So if you do that for a little while, because basically the strategy is, if you're going to bother doing them at all, is you do it until you find a pet gnome, and then once you find a pet gnome, you switch back to Explore. That's pretty much the only reason why you would really do PvP or Arena during a Gnomapalooza, or, you know, when you're doing a Gnomapalooza scroll, is mostly to trigger a pet if your guild doesn't already have a pet active. Hey! Oh yeah, Bill, we never did hand out a code for the Mimic, so let's hand out a code for this Mimic. Good call, Bill. You predicted the future. Well, this is going to be a good Mimic stream, I guess. It knows we are dry on 5 times right now. Let me just go find where my code is. 1 second. Oh, I don't have it open. That would be why I can't find it. That would be, that would make sense. 1 moment. Let me grab this, grab that, click save, move it over there, put that in the little code section, make sure it works. It does indeed work. Grab the whole link, and here you guys go. Here is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com. Underneath the game code section, your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chats. Copy and paste the random numbers and letters starting with very weird VYW. What a weird combination of letters. And to give the same word as always, true treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on a stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly, greatly appreciated. Anyways, let's go see what we got here. I might need to start pulling a Salty and be like, oh, well, once we hit like 20 likes, we'll give out a code now. She used to do it based on view number. It's a lot harder to do, though. Because you would actually have to have people, like, spread it. I feel like people would be too spammy if you did that, though. Because I know that happened a lot when she was streaming, when, like, global chat would just be, like, spammed with it. Oh! You didn't get it! We were pretty much right on odds to be getting it any moment now. We actually got it. That's insane. You know, the forum says the thing's at 20% chance. This is our 5th one. That doesn't mean we're gonna get it. But, oh, also, one interesting thing. This is the first Horde Mimic battle we've had since they nerfed its armor. I might just run Zugoff against it. Oh, but then again, we don't get triple damage burning, though. But, yeah, this is the first time we've ever faced it when it has 25% armor thingy. I'm just gonna use like a spider or something though. Oh, where even is my spider? Oh yeah, let's hope. This is gonna be our 5th one. And supposedly, according to the forum, it's actually a 20% chance, not a 10% chance to get the Horde Mimic. Which means we'll be exactly at odds here. At exactly average odds if we get it here. And then we're gonna start being in the unlucky category if we don't get it tonight. Which seems about right. But who knows, maybe we'll finally get it. This is exactly the 1 month point too. Could you imagine getting it tonight? Oh, why'd I do that? Why on earth did I think that would do enough damage? I know it has a boost ratio, but it doesn't have that much of a boost ratio. Also, look at that gigantic Cascadia, we got nothing. I am so glad that you did not use blue or purple. That would be so bad if they did. Yeah, that'd be really funny. I really hope we get it here. Because that would be exactly 1 month since Horde Mimics came out. And we get it exactly on the 1 month mark. Very doubtful, but it could happen. Also, we will still stick to handing out 2 codes when we find the Horde Mimic. So if we find it tonight, we will hand out 2. As in 2 more. Not 2 total, but 2 more codes. Only if we get it, though. In celebration of finally getting it. Okay, let's see what we get. Hopefully at least an Anna or Nisha. But hopefully we end up getting the Mimic itself. Alright, moment of truth. So wait, can anyone confirm? If I click the button here, anyone who has gotten the Horde Mimic, if I click this button, can you see that you've gotten the Mimic on this screen? Yes or no? Like when it goes and shows the medals that are about to appear, not on the actual reward screen, but like specifically if I click right now. Do those icons actually show the Mimic? I assume the answer is no, but someone at one point said yes. I always assumed it would be no and it would show up in the other thing. Can anyone actually confirm? Oh, it would help if I opened the water. Ah, like sprayed me. Oh, it won't show? That's what I thought. Yes, you'll see it. Those are conflicting things. Which is why I still don't know. Those are 2 completely conflicting messages. It spins with the medals. Okay, it does spin. Okay, you think yes? Okay, I just always get mixed answers every time I ever ask, so I'm always confused in regard to it. Oh, ooh! Well, I don't think we got the thing. But, 5 Nisha? That's a miss, but also a hit. That's nice. Alright, well, we didn't find the Horde Mimic, but we found 5 Nisha. So can't complain too much. That's a half a Nisha medal. Actually, more than half, because it's 5 out of 9. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Look at that. Half a Nisha medal in 1 single go. Yeah, that's a pretty solid drop. Unfortunately, not what we're looking for. But, still a really amazing drop. I'm happy with that. Like, that's about the best you could get if you're not going to get the Horde Mimic. Like, realistically. Obviously, you could get better, but, like, considering, like, what's actually possible statistically, that's about the best drop you can get that's not Horde Mimic. So I'll take it. Hey, can we have another code for 5 times Nishas? I don't know. I guess we'll hand out another one. A little bit later in the stream, though. Not right now. But yeah, we'll hand out another one. We'll do it a little bit. What happens if you find the Horde Mimic? So basically how the Horde Mimic works, it was a new thing added exactly a month ago. And basically how it works is there's a 10% chance that when you open a chest from Explore, that it will be a 2 times Mimic. You'll have a battle that you'll have to do against 4 Mimics, and then if you win it, your loot will then be 2 times. And if you lose it, you just get the standard 1 times. You don't just lose all your loot. It's not like an double or nothing kind of situation. It's a, if you do win, you get double, and if not, you just get your standard loot that you would have gotten. But anyways, when you have that happen at a 10% chance, you'll get 2 times loot. Basically meaning that all the tokens that were inside the battle give twice the amount. However, you then have a 10% chance when opening that 2 times, like we just did, to get a 5 times Horde Mimic battle. And then that will be against that new Horde Mimic troop, and you'll fight 4 of them like we just did. And that will give you 5 times the loot, which is why we just got 5 Nishas and everything there. And there's also a 20% chance off of that chest that inside of it is a Horde Mimic troop, which is a very, very rare mythic that currently Steam still shows as 0%, I am pretty sure. It is an absurdly rare mythic that is probably the most unobtained mythic in the entire game that we have been hunting for the last month and still haven't found. It's out there somewhere. Yeah, that's basically how that works. Do keep in mind, though, regardless of what Explore you're doing, it's always based on your highest level Explore. So it can be a little bit difficult to take earlier on in the game. Oh yeah, I forgot to upgrade my number. Or not upgrade, update, I mean. Where even is my number? There it is. The number has been updated. Let's see. No, I didn't update the stats at the bottom, I just did. Kind of forgot. The niches caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting something actually good. Yeah, let's see if we can get a third. This is a pretty lucky stream for Mimic so far. Hey, I should go update the title too. Let's see. And 1 month of Mimic hunting. There we go. The title has been updated. That way I'll also be able to reference it later to know that that was the one that happened. Yeah, we're doing really good on Mimics today. Will I sing and dance when we finally get the card? It will definitely be a very happy day, that's for sure. I want to try to get it before next patch, which means we have like less than a month. Because next patch is likely late April or early, realistically probably early May. So we have basically exactly a month left to try to get this mythic. Possibly slightly less, but probably about a month. Because in case there's something we really have to grind the next patch, I want to have this one already done. So that we can go on to whatever the new thing is next patch. Because 2 patches ago, or 2 major patches ago, we had the new Soulforge. And we got that done way before the Horde Mimics. Then we had the Horde Mimics. And then we have whatever's coming next patch. But that'd be amazing if we get a triple Mimic stream. We haven't had one in a very, very long time. Like, I think we've only ever had 2 or 3 of them ever occur. Actually, that'd be funny if it was 3. 3 times. One of them was on quite a bit of a longer stream, so it kind of made sense that we would have found 3 by then. But by the time we get a Horde Mimic, they'll add a way to craft it. I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure there will never be any way to get Horde Mimic beyond what we're doing right now. They've been adding a lot of like more specific requirement mythics lately, where you have to do something really specifically to obtain it. Like we had the Soulforge one that you had to do something really specifically for. We have the new Mimic one. It seems like a new theme that they're kind of doing going forward, which I honestly don't mind. Because they make the mythics feel more like achievements rather than just something you randomly pull on a random Friday. Because there's actually like a specific challenge imposed by getting mythics these ways. Whereas otherwise you're just basically RNG. Well, you're still going through a bunch of RNG. But it's in quite a bit of a different way than you normally would. It's also an RNG method that does not require any keys compared to how most mythics are obtained. Because this is one of only a few mythics in the game. Actually, the only mythic in the game now that I think about it that does not require any resources to obtain. Like, there's not a single resource cost that goes into actually obtaining this mythic, other than time. But, you know, like, in-game resource. There's no, like, specific thing that actually gets sunk from it. Whereas every other mythic in the entire game requires some amount of resource. And technically, to a degree, it almost doesn't cost time. Because if you compare it to what you relatively need to max out everything in the game, as in, you know, getting all the medals, you're going to have to do treasure hunt. I mean, not treasure hunt. You're going to have to do explore to such a long degree that realistically you're going to have like 10 horde mimics by the time you actually get even remotely close to upgrading a good portion of the troops within the game. Like, you're going to have like as many horde mimics as you have. Well, maybe not literally, but you're going to have a lot. I was going to say as many horde mimics as gosh, why cannot remember his name? Sparkle Sacks, that guy that gives like 100% gold bonus. Obviously, you're going to have way more of him, but it's going to turn into one of those kind of situations where it's like really hard to get like your first one or your first few. But then once you do, like you're just going to have like a billion of them eventually because you're just passively getting them. Time and possibly your sanity. Yeah, after Legends Arceus today, I like almost lost my sanity on like trying to hunt for the things. Because they drop in a very similar way to how this Horde Mimic drops. And there's like a dozen of them that we need left, and they're all so insufferable what you need to do to get each one, that I'm nearly giving up on them until the game gets like an update or something. Which is why we're probably switching to a different Pokemon game next week. But I might still be kind of keeping that as a thing, like a Pokemon weekend thing. At least on one of the days. Legends Arceus definitely got me back into the genre, that's for sure. Well, I always like match 3 RPGs. I mean, not match 3, I mean, you know, standard RPGs. Turn-based RPGs, I meant to say. But, or Gems of War is as well, just in a match 3 format. Let's see. But yeah, for the longest time, I stopped doing Pokemon stuff. I might start getting back into it. Let's see. We'll take that for now. The only problem is that's something that on YouTube is so overly saturated with content. Like something like Gems of War, obviously, there's not too many people doing it. And some of the other things we cover as well, there's not as many. But something like Pokemon, like there's literally like a billion channels dedicated to covering nothing but that in like a different angle. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Yeah, we'll still hand out that other code a little bit later to stream for us getting the 5 times Nishas, which is quite convenient, getting 5 times Nisha for the 5 times Horde Mimic. The 5th one. Now, if only we can finally get the Mythic. But I hope we don't get super unlucky. I can't remember who it was, but someone in chat said they found 13 Horde Mimics, you know, the 5 times one, and still have not found it. I wonder if they have by now, because they're probably farming at a rate where they would have gotten it by now. I would sure hope. But yeah, they went like 13 with none. We're currently 5 with none. Oh, that is so few green. It is funny when the board starts with 0 green, though. It is so absurdly rare, but it is possible unless they hard-code it to not be possible anymore. Hey, has anyone been following their other game that they've been developing, Puzzle Quest 3? Have they even done an update since launch? Because I actually stopped playing for about another month again now. Like this year, I almost barely even touched Puzzle Quest 3. Like that's in the category of games like Darkest Dungeon 2, where I want to see it become a really good game, but the current state of the game is just so sluggish to bother dealing with. You are at 24 and still haven't gotten it? How's that even possible? That is very unlucky. Still no update, really? It's like a month and a half since they launched with no update. They'll probably do it around the time when Gems of War gets another update, I would assume, which is in about a month from now. Oh, we didn't get a chest there. I wish there was a way to get exactly 100 shards each time so you would always get a chest. I assume one of the main reasons they have it that way is to make it harder to bot. That's one of the main reasons I can think of. Because it creates a variable that would be harder to predict. So in case their bot's detection doesn't get it, it would be harder to actually even make a bot that would even do it properly. Because that's the only reason I can really think of for how weirdly the shard system works for Explore. Because it is pretty overly convoluted compared to how it should be. Where you just go through and just get a chest every time. I guess they also did it to scale the difficulties. But then that just makes every difficulty that isn't Explore 12 feel not worth it. At least from a token farming perspective. Because they even increase the rarities as you go higher as well. Last week the kingdom hit over 1 million crests. Nice. Hitting a lot of milestones. Yeah, I should probably go revisit it and play it here and there. I just haven't been lately. Like, if they can ever fix the daily system, that'd be a big plus, if nothing else. Because I feel like that's the main thing crippling the game right now. The daily system just takes so long. Like, it's not a daily system with how it's set up. I've never seen any game's daily system take as long as how they have it set up right now. How does one farm mimics? You just basically keep spamming Explore 12. That's the easiest way to farm them. The basic answer is just farm Explore to any capacity. Though ideally you'd farm Explore 12 if you have the capability to. Because that would give the best rate of them. Because they occur whenever you get the chests, and you get more chests if you get more chaos or more of those shards. And you get more of those shards by doing a higher difficulty. And the higher the difficulty, the better. Because you're getting more shards each time you kill them out. You'd rather collect them? You kind of can. However, the only way that you can keep collecting them is to lose 50% of their value, which is extremely not worth it. The other alternative is doing every single kingdom up to explore, you know, up to the final battle. Get your shards. And then just go to one kingdom to cash them all in. That would give you the full amount, the full 100%. However, it would require you to do all 35 kingdoms rather than farming one. When you finally do the mimics, you'd only be farming one. But when you're doing the final battle there. But going up to that point, you would be doing every kingdom. Which is not viable for most teams. Because almost every team that quick kills these battles will struggle in a specific kingdom. Like this one really hates immune to burns and any of those insta-kill immune troops, which 6 kingdoms do have due to those dooms. Not to mention those insta-kill immune troops also have immune to burn. Jeddah posted a quality of life post, but you're not sure it's all been implemented beyond the free shields. Oh, they gave us free shields? Ooh. I wonder if it's expired, the time to actually go claim them. I did claim the St. Patrick's Day event thingy. I haven't really claimed anything since then, mostly because there wasn't enough storage. There wasn't enough storage in the game to even, like, bother. Supposedly they're fixing that too. Though how they haven't already after a year is kind of surprising. Because they haven't been in beta already for over a year. And it was mentioned as early as, like, the first day of the beta. Or at least the first week for sure. That the game has way too little storage. And then was reminded every single week, probably, like, for the last year. And they still haven't added more storage. Or at least not in a substantial way. Oh, hello, Ian. Welcome. Glad you could make it. You missed all the exciting parts. We got a 5x mimic that had 5 niches in it as our 5th 5x mimic. Hey, okay, let's go hand out a code, or a second code. This is our 3rd mimic. We did it. A triple mimic stream with 2 of them. Well, actually, we don't know what the other one is yet. Never mind. We don't actually know what this guy is yet, do we? Well, let me go hand out the other code. This is more so for when we hit the 5x Nisha, but I guess it's also because we found another mimic. But here you guys go. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated for YouTube algorithm exposureness. But there you guys go. You guys know how to use it by now. Enjoy. That one's more so for the other 5x, but I guess it could also be considered this one. But yeah, we finally got 3 mimics in an hour. It's been a while. I think this is our 3rd time. But yeah, really successful 1 month of mimic stream. Maybe today's finally today. Come on, 5x, 5x. No! No! Oh, it's only 4 too. No! Oh well. Can't win them all. Let me update the number. Well, we still hit 3 in an hour. 1 with 5 niches in it. Still no horde mimic though. The hunt continues. The 1 month plus hunt continues. For another month, probably. I would sure hope we would have it by the 2nd or 3rd month. Basically, if we keep farming at the same rate we have been, we can go through the full odds one time over, assuming it's the 20% drop rate, which means we should probably have it within 3 months. Because if you're going triple over odds, you're in the extremely unlucky territory if you're going like 15 plus without getting it. Obviously that can happen, but realistically it's very rare that it would. Like I think it's like under 10% chance, maybe even lower than that, that you would get that unlucky. I forget the math on it. Someone probably knows. I have no problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy. We'll have another one tomorrow night, as always. But I almost feel like keep farming. We've been getting such good luck tonight. It's actually motivating me to continue. Good thing we don't have the timer up. It's actually kind of funny because I didn't set the timer up because it gets disappointing when it reaches like over an hour and we still haven't gotten a mimic. But now we've gotten like 3 within that hour, which would have made it not disappointing. Which actually would have been fun to have the timer then. Oh well. I'll still have it on occasion. Depends if we want to time it or not. Obviously the timer is most important for when we do Vault events, like the one at the end of this month. Because then we actually need it to keep track of the Nomapalooza. I didn't check the poll yet. What's the poll currently at? So as far as the poll, let's see. It has been 1 month since mimics were released. Do you plan to keep farming them? Farm the same amount, 47%. Farm less, 33%. Farm more, 19%. Interesting. So about a third of people are giving up, or at least slightly less so than how they have been. Though the farm less could also be people not farming, or people who already got the horde mimic. Because if you already got the horde mimic, I could definitely see you answering the farm less category. So kind of interesting to see the farm more. Obviously that's the lowest one. I guess people really want to get that final mimic before the patch. Because realistically, in the next month, you would have to probably have the horde mimic by then. Otherwise, the grind of this patch might go into the grind of next patch. Because they've been adding some pretty grindy patches lately, which I actually don't mind. Gives us something to do. It gives more of a focus on something. As long as they do it on things that kind of already exist. If it's like an extra grindy thing that takes like more time to do a weekly or something, that wouldn't be good. But if it's something we're already doing, like something like Explorer, like these mimics, I definitely don't mind at all, because this is already something we'd be doing anyways, is doing Explore 12. So it's basically just giving us extra reward incentive to do something that we'd already be doing. And the Soulforge thing was kind of the same way, because you're already going to be farming Vault events like crazy, but now it gives you better loot for also farming Vault events that you would already be doing. So even though the last 2 patches were a bit grindier, they were both things you would have been doing passively already, just by playing the game normally. Like, neither of them were really anything you had to go out of your way for. It was basically just improving what already existed with extra loot. If you didn't see your previous posts, the Horde Mimic only shows on the last screen with the token numbers. That's what I thought. But I keep getting mixed results whenever I ask it. So thank you. But there's never been a single time I've asked that people haven't given mixed answers. I assume that was the case. But every time I've ever asked that, I've gotten both as an answer. So it always confused me as to which one. And I haven't actually seen it, so I wouldn't know myself. But I've always assumed that it was, you don't see it until the final page. Like when it shows you those tokens when you click once, I'm pretty sure it can never show up there. Even if you did end up getting it. As you have 2, so you could confirm. Oh gosh. Too bad you can't trade the other one. I wonder how much a Horde Mimic would actually be worth if it could be sold for in-game resources or money. I feel like if it could be sold for money, it'd probably be like 10 bucks relative to an in-game player economy. And if you could sell it for resources, I'm pretty sure people would pay upwards of 5,000 to 10,000 gems for a single Horde Mimic. Possibly even more than 10,000. Some people have a lot of Spirit Gems. Is it worth crafting 2 Zugofs? As someone who has crafted 2 Zugofs, I would say no. Some people say yes, but I'm definitely in the camp of no. I've tried it. Hey, we got an Anu. I've tried it before, and I personally was not a fan of double Zugof. Like, it works, but it doesn't work as good as you think it might work. It definitely functions, obviously. But, oh no, it definitely doesn't feel worth it. There's just so many teams you can already craft that are decent with 1 Zugof. And a lot of times I'd rather just have a slightly better team synergy than doubling up on them. Though I do have to say, during Wish Gems, when those were available, he was probably at his peak viability. But that was last season, and of course now we have these useless bomb gems. Also, I keep forgetting these bomb gems even exist. We did a poll, and like, I think it was like 90% almost. We're like, yeah, bomb gems should do more than what they currently do. Which I think was like one of our most like weighted polls we've ever done. Where it's almost like unanimous that like bomb gems are like useless. Or at least need to be doing more than what they're doing. Because I kind of keep forgetting we even have a power gem this season that does so little. Because generally when you're activating it, because you have to activate it off a destroy or explode, you're already basically doing what it does just to activate it. Because if you're mass destroying or mass exploding, you're also going to be, you know, triggering this, which does, well, another explosion. So a lot of times that you're activating it, you're already doing what you need to do as you're activating it, which makes it kind of redundant. But I don't know, maybe we'll get some bomb options that aren't bad. Though the one that we're getting at the end of the season's pretty bad, the weapon's pretty bad. So I'm not sure if we're actually going to get anything viable. Because normally the Mythic's the best option for it, and the Mythic is very underwhelming. Unless they're going to buff it before then. Because it's technically not released yet, even though it's visible within the game. So they could buff it in the next 10 weeks, or 9 weeks, or... what week is it? 8 weeks. It's week 2, almost week 3. So there's still a chance they buff it within the next 8 weeks. Or technically 7, because we'll get a week early. Though if there was ever any season to skip, it was probably this season. Like as far as buying the pass. Because it's pretty underwhelming this season. There's a few okay loots though in it. But definitely one of the weaker ones. Across the board for everything. Someone posted screenshots of all the screens you will see to get the Mimic on the forum. Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't been checking the forum as much. I probably should. I'm not sure why I haven't really been checking as much lately. But I haven't been. I used to be so active on it back in the day. Especially in college. Because there'd be a lot of times in between classes where I'd have nothing to do and I would just go check the Gems of War forum. Is there any troops that 4 times submerge the enemy? The enemy, no. The allies, yes. You can 4 times submerge yourself by using Aquaticus, if I'm not mistaken. I don't normally use that mythic, but last I recall, it 4 times submerges your whole team. Though there's no way to submerge the enemy. There are some troops that can do it on cast, but none of them spam it on the enemy. Because there are some instances where it's actually beneficial to have Submerge or Enrage on the enemy because there's some troops that actually utilize it for a good ability. Like the 50% Rogue Start troop can insta-kill an enemy if they have Submerge. But there's no way to actually apply Submerge to the enemy, other than a few troops that do it. Like there's no trait that does it. To yourself, yes, but not to the enemy. Yeah, it definitely seems like he's trying to use Captain McCall. Because I can't think of any other reason why you'd want to submerge enemy. Because out of anything that boost ratios off of submerged enemies, Captain McCall is probably the most viable thing. It's relatively slow to use, though. Like, generally, if you can get value for it while you're in a rogue team, it's worthwhile. Like, if we're using Rogue Spider and we could just free kill the enemy, that's nice. But it's not worth trying to compose the team in a way that we can get extra submerges on the enemy. Because you just want your rest of your composition just to be good, rather than to try to force a submerge. And just use them only when you need a counter submerge. Because that's when they work best, is just when you're using them to counter whatever the effect they're supposed to counter. Which of course he counters submerge builds. Which is actually pretty good against some hero classes, because some hero classes get submerge on extra turn. And if you're using a McCall team against it, you can just one-shot anything that gets that submerge. I don't feel like people use the submerge hero classes as much lately because there's Elementalists. And Elementalist is normally used instead in a lot of situations now. And Elementalist, if I'm not mistaken, has absolutely 0 submerge. Because doesn't Frost Mage have submerge? Because that's one of the reasons why there's a decrease in submerge overall, I would say. Is because Frost Mage is less viable now, because Elementalist exists. And because Elementalist is being used more, you don't see as much Submerge, because Frost Mage was one of the main reasons you would see Submerge a lot. There are still a few other things, but it was definitely the biggest culprit of Submerge when it comes to hero classes. And now you see it way less because of Elementalist. Frost Mage is still really viable though, but you just don't see it as often. Because like 90% of teams replaced it with Elementalist now. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What on earth just happened? Wait, what? I've never even knew that was possible. Wait. Wait. Hold up. I'm confused as to what just happened. Well, first I need to click on that. Okay, I see what happened now. 1 second. That was an insane misclick. I didn't even know you could move those. Interesting. Cool. Problem though, I did not want to move it. Whoops. But yeah, what ended up happening there is there's 2 different tabs. One is for scenes, which changes like between if I'm recording for a video like this or if we're doing a stream. And then there's another one of the sources, which are all the components of the stream. What ended up happening was one of them got dragged to where my chat was, which then moved everything, and while also changing the scene, and made me exceedingly confused. It's all fixed now, though. I didn't even realize you could drag and move them around. I guess that makes sense. Like, I knew some of them could be. I didn't realize those two could, though. Oh, you could really customize everything there, then, if you really want to. Maybe look into that. I kind of already like how the format is right now, though. On the back end, anyways. Front end, too. I think the stream looks kind of nice now. Oh, last time I pulled it, people seemed to like it. We could still change it, though. Though I haven't heard enough negative feedback to justify changing it from what it is. Let's see, we'll throw that down. I'm not sure how you would lock them. I don't see a functionality for that. I only see a way to move them. Oops, I just moved it in a very weird way. As I was trying to test that. Oh wait, you can even collapse them on each other. Oh, that's cool. You can even collapse them so you have like a double tab there, almost like a folder of different effects. Ooh. Wait, how do I remove one? Because I don't want this one. You can pop them out as well, that's cool. How do you just remove one though? Like it has a scene transition, which I feel like I would never use on any stream. Oh no, I guess if you're doing like a big face cam kind of thing, it would kind of work. I'm definitely not the kind of person who does that though. I've noticed that on a couple streams. That definitely is something I would never do. I like being a little small thing in the corner. But anyways, does anyone else have any other questions or anything want me to go over? Because otherwise, I think after this next run, we might call it for tonight. I think we've had a pretty successful stream so far. It'll be hard to top what we've already done tonight. Other than actually getting the Horde Mimic finally. So we'll go for one more chest. Oh yeah, thank you, Isabel. Yeah, I didn't actually check Discord yet since you messaged that earlier. But I'll make sure to do so after the stream. Alright, what are we gonna get? Anything good? What do we have here? I can't really go for Skull because we don't have a burn yet. And that's also why Flamer is really nice in this team. We wouldn't have killed there if we didn't have burn, and Flamer gave us burn. Oh, normal chest. At least we got a Rainy in it, I guess. There we go. Overall, pretty nice. A 5x Nisha chest. That is pretty solid. Oh, and there's the 2 codes we hand out this stream. If you guys haven't already claimed it, might still be good. So definitely make sure to claim it. Because viewership did die down a little bit later in the stream, but there you guys go. There's this. That's the same code from earlier, but it might still be active. But it gives the same order as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. And the only reason these are doubled is because we've claimed 2 of them this stream. One for the 5x Nisha, and the other one just a standard one for the stream. But there you guys go. We'll have another one tomorrow night. We'll go over all the weekly spoilers as we always do, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, as we do every single night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back going over spoilers, hunting down these mimics, hopefully getting even luckier tonight. Let's see. And going from there. But that's pretty much the game plan. And finishing up whatever events are done, though. I'm pretty sure everything's going to be done by then. And we'll be good to go. Anyways, guys, best of luck if you're still finishing up the invasion event or anything else. And I will catch you guys tomorrow night. Other than that, I will be streaming Triangle Strategy. So if you want to watch the rest of that, it's basically a movie slash... it's like half movie, half turn-based tactical RPG. And by half, I mean it's like 90% movie and 10% tactical RPG. It is a lot of cutscenes. But yeah, I'll be hopefully finishing that game tomorrow during the day. And by finishing, I mean I have no clue when the game ends, but it seems like we're kind of close. So we'll see if we actually get to finish a run. And hopefully we can. And that's going to be the game plan then. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. And have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.